Welcome to Conversations Below the Surface, the CBS Podcast Shorts. I am your host, Marcus Gentry, and we hope you enjoy this episode. I am going to combine a couple of messages this time. One is about reminders, and the other one is that everybody doesn't always win. Sometimes things don't work out. And neither one of these are messages of doom and gloom, and you'll see that as I go along. But it's just something to help us to think and to be mindful of and to consider at a deeper level. So I don't know when you're going to hear this, but recently there was a plane crash, a plane that collided with a Black Hawk helicopter. And I think it was something like 67 lives were lost. And I had a conversation with one of my cousins, and he was telling me, my goodness, he said, I'm still shaking. Some days later, he said, I was just on American Airlines, and we traveled the same route where that accident happened. I said, yeah, I can understand that. That's unsettling. And what it made me start thinking about is that sometimes we get reminders of what could have happened to us. You know, we have no idea many times how close we have been to a disaster or a tragedy. We just don't know most of the time. We complain because we got a delay in traffic, or we may have been slowed down in the grocery store, or something didn't happen at the time we wanted it to happen and we were delayed in our time, or we try to rush to hurry up and get to somewhere, or get to 5 o'clock, or get to the weekend, and we don't know what we're rushing into or what we have escaped. But every once in a while, we get a reminder of how close we were or what could have happened. Have you ever had that experience happen where you look on the news or somebody tells you about an incident and you say, man, I was just on that street, or I used to live in that area, or I was just at that store, or I was just on that flight, and I fly quite a bit, so I think about that when I hear things that happen with planes or concerts where you hear things like there's been a shooting or something, and you say, man, I thought about going to that concert. Sometimes we get reminders about that. And for me, it helps me to be grateful for every moment that I escape that disaster and tragedy, even things that I don't even know it's coming, but I've been fortunate enough to see the next day. Are you thankful like that for the reminders that you get, or just that you've had another opportunity, that you've missed certain disasters and tragedies that could have happened? And I wrap it up with the message that everybody doesn't always win. So it's dangerous, I think, sometimes to tell people who are going through something, oh, you're going to be fine, everything's going to be okay, and I know it's going to work out. Because sometimes the diagnosis is not good. Sometimes what they find is not benign, it's malignant. Sometimes the recovery doesn't go well. I mean, it's great and wonderful when it does, but we never know. But everybody doesn't always win. And it's not a matter of being doubtful or pessimistic about stuff, but it's just about being aware that things could go either way in many circumstances. And we really don't sit high enough to know how things are going to go with everybody else, and definitely not with us either. But it's good to be thankful, isn't it? Just when we have made it to see another day, another moment, another opportunity to maximize the time that we have, because we really just don't know. And every once in a while, we'll get a gentle reminder that could have been you. Thank you for listening to this CBS Podcast Short. If you would like to hear more on this topic, please email me at respect@marcusgentry.com. And don't forget to check back for new episodes.